Today I'd like to talk to you about Elastio, the cloud-native platform that helps ensure your data is clean and easily recoverable. As security breaches are becoming more common in today's world, it's important that we as engineers have the right tools to protect our data in cloud infrastructures. And that's where Elastio comes in. Elastio works by scanning your AWS snapshots and backups for any ransomware and malware, all while deduplicating and compressing your data. Best part is, this is all done automatically through Elastio's agentless backup, all without Elastio ever having access to your company's data. Elastio wanted to make sure to design its software with DevOps and security engineers in mind, meaning that it's not only easy to use, but with Elastio's CLI, teams will be able to easily automate many of their backup and recovery tasks. I'm very excited to show you more, so without further ado, let's jump in and get a look at Elastio. Hey again, and welcome to my Elastio tenant. This is going to be your primary hub where you'll be interacting with Elastio. To get started, let's see how easy it will be to deploy Elastio to a new region. First, you go to Onboarding, and then click on the Get Started button. Select the region you would like to deploy Elastio to, the VPC, and the subnets. And then you simply click Deploy. With a few simple clicks, Elastio is deployed. Now let's jump over to the dashboard to see how Elastio can help monitor your environment. Here we can see cyber threats, overview of cost, inventory, and much more. From here we can see that Elastio has picked up a threat. Let's go ahead and check it out by clicking on the region. Here we can see that Elastio has found some ransomware. Let's click on the quarantine volume to learn more. But before we do that, let's click on vulnerabilities. Elastio can also help identify vulnerabilities in your environment. Here we can see I have snapshots that are unencrypted, as well as EBS volumes that are not attached. So far, 100% of all customers who have deployed Elastio have detected some type of vulnerability present in their environment. Now it's time to check out the quarantine volume. Here we can see the results of the scan. We can see what ransomware was detected. We can also see different remediation options. If we click on the volume at the top, or just navigate to the volume anywhere in Elastio, we can see the different recovery points from past Elastio jobs. Let's click on one of the healthy recovery points so we can learn how Elastio can help remediate the ransomware event. So here we can see that we have a clean recovery point. We can also see we have a few different options to mount or restore. You can choose to restore the recovery point from the tenant. However, if we scroll down the bottom, we can see that we can copy the code to restore from the CLI. Let's do that. Next, I'll do the same for mount. And mounting a recovery point is useful for single file recovery, or if you need to access data without accessing the whole volume. Let's jump over to a server to see how Elastio's CLI can help us recover our data. The Elastio command line allows you to perform a variety of operations, and it can also be installed on many different environments, including Amazon EC2, Azure VMs, GCP, and much more. From here, I'm able to list all the recovery points, just as we were able to see in the Elastio tenant. Let's now use the CLI to restore the volume from earlier. This process may take a minute, so we're going to skip ahead in time to when it's finished. Now that the restore is complete, we can go check the volume. But before we do that, I'd like to demonstrate how we would mount a volume in Elastio. Once the mount command that we copied earlier is done, we can head over to the path to view the recovery point data. Jumping back over to the AWS console, we can see the data volume that was restored. Let's jump back over to Elastio and create a backup policy. Once in Elastio, click on the Policies tab on the left-hand side. Now that we're here, let's create a new policy. Creating a policy is easy. Let's just follow the prompts, choose when we want to run this, and click Next. Here, I'm going to go ahead and scan for ransomware, malware, and do a file system integrity check. Now let's choose what we'd like to protect, whether we'd like to import our snapshots or not, Also, we could choose to protect any new resources that we spin up our environment. Once finished, click Next. Choose your vault. Now you can save and run your new policy. And just like that, you have protected your AWS assets. Since we now set up our protection policy, let's go check out the rest of Elastio. Next, let's go to Reports. Here in the Reports tab, we can see there's many different reports that Elastio can automatically generate for you. And these can be helpful with different types of security or compliance reports. Now let's jump over to the Settings tab. In the Settings tab, we have many different options. We can assign team members roles. We can integrate with email or Slack. And new to Elastio is the ability to create webhooks. These webhooks allow you to easily integrate Elastio into your existing monitoring and analytic environment, such as Datadog, Grafana boards, and more. Let's quickly create one. Here, we'll just need to follow the prompts. Input a description, and click Next. Here we need to select the event types. There's many to choose from. Right now I'm just going to select iScan. We'll select the severity as error and warning. We'll add that. Then we'll add the webhook. And just like that, you've created a new webhook for Elastio's data. Now let's explore Elastio a bit more. Let's jump over to the Assets tab. In the Assets tab, you'll be able to view all the assets protected by Elastio. Here, you'll be able to see what policy protects them, when the last backup was taken, the asset type, vault region, and much more. Finally, if you need help with anything in Elastio, you can click on the Get Support button at the bottom. Thank you for hanging out with me today during this quick walkthrough of Elastio. If you'd like to try Elastio for yourself, you can head over to the AWS Marketplace and grab a free trial. Or schedule a call with one of our team members for a customized demo. We hope to see you soon, and thanks for watching.